ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Hello there, welcome to CoreTV News and are with me, Sabina Izuku. After 54 years, he designed a Nigerian flag. The federal government has finally honored Pa Taiwo Akinkunmi. He was one of the 313 persons recipient of the national award handed out by President Goodluck Jonathan in commemoration of Nigeria's 54th independence anniversary. The president directed that the 77-year-old man be placed on a salary of the Presidential Aid for Life. Also, a taxi driver who returned the equivalent of 18 million naira to its owner was honored.
It's another National Honors Award ceremony in commemoration of the country's independence anniversary. And as usual, politicians and Nigeria's military leaders are on the honors list. But this time, a number of ordinary people are recognized for exemplary behavior. Apart from receiving national honors, 3 of them were given houses in the Federal Capital Territory. One of them, Ime Uswa, returned 18 million naira left in his taxi cab to the owner in 2007.
Take Mr. Ime Uswa, just discussing the taxi driver who you also, whose daily income was not more than 10,000 naira. The passenger forgot 18 million naira in his taxi and went away. The man did not have Mr. Oswald's name or his phone number. The honest Nigerian spirit in Mr. Oswald led him to go hunting for the owner of the 18 million naira, and he delivered it to him intact. This is how it should be.
Also, the man who designed the Nigerian flag 54 years ago at the age of 23 is one of the recipients of the Commander of the Order of the Niger. He is also to earn the salary of a special assistant to the president for life.
The person who designed the Nigerian flag, Pa Michael Taiwo Akinkunmi, who was also honored there, you have to place him on a salary of a special assistant to the president forever.
In all, 313 individuals were considered worthy of being on the 2013-2014 honors list. And although a handful of them were nominated by members of the public, many are top politicians.
When you are being recognized like this, it's a wake-up call that what you are doing, yes, is appreciated. It's not being on notice, and that we should do more. So that's the totality of what this award represents.
Well, let me say that I give thanks to God for this day, and I also give thanks to Mr. President for giving us the opportunity to serve under him. I am actually humbled by the award because I didn't expect it. But on the other hand, also for me it's a challenge. Now that I've been given such an award, it means that there's still a lot to do in the service of humanity, in the service of Nigeria and Nigerians.
The government of Nigeria, particularly Mr. President, found me worthy of recognition today. It's not everybody that has worked hard for Nigeria that has been recognized. I consider this a privilege and a call for higher service, continuing to fight for a just and equitable Nigeria.
I feel challenged. I feel that it's a challenge for me to remain more committed to the service of the people of this country. And I don't have any doubt in my mind that with renewed challenge, with renewed hard work and diligence, that this nation will excel.
This year's recipients bring to 4,737 the number of Nigerians honored with the national award since 1963.
The Ekiti State Police Command has arrested 19 persons over the murder of former Ekiti State Chairman of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Omolafe Aderiyi. CoreTV News learned the 19 persons, including one female, were arrested in a string of operations carried out over the weekend. The State Police Public Relations Officer Victor Babayemi, who confirmed the arrest to journalists in Ado-Ekiti on Monday, did not reveal the identity of those arrested. He said they remained innocent until investigations proved otherwise. Aderiyi, a staunch supporter of the governor-elect Ayo Fayose, was killed on Thursday in Ijigbo area of the state capital, Ado-Ekiti. His death sparked violence across the state on Friday, leading to the burning of the house and cars of a former state chairman of Road Transport Employees Association of Nigeria, Rotimi Olabiwoyinu. Meanwhile, the week-long crisis that rocked the Ekiti State capital last week appears to be subsiding. The unrest, which claimed the life of former National Union of Road Transport Worker boss Omolafe Aderiyi, led to violence that paralyzed all activities and forced the Ekiti State government to declare a dusk-to-dawn curfew. Correspondent Rashid, who went around town Monday, reports that though normalcy has returned to the state, some people are still feel struck. His report.
Not minding this full-blown commercial activities, the dusk-to-dawn curfew imposed by the state government as a measure to checkmate further violence remains in place, at least for now. The deep scare left by the mayhem which followed the killing of the ex-National Union of Road Transport Workers boss Omolafe Aderiyi, among them the closure of all courts except the Federal High Court and Court of Appeal, may have started to take its toll as all cases under their jurisdictions will suffer similar fate. The normalcy and calm that have returned saw the people of the city of Ado-Ekiti going about their normal businesses. Transport operators who were worst hit by the killing of Aderiyi are also back to business at the motor parks. Police in the state have also issued a red alert on what they termed plans by some elements to foment trouble. Some residents explained their harrowing experiences during the crisis period and their hope for a long-lasting peace.
3 days ago, we came across different kind of things in Ekiti State. People are running up and down for their life concerning the situation of things around in Ekiti State. But presently, we thank God, things are coming to what we are expecting.
I thank God for the situations now. The peace is now restored back to our dear state. I like the step that the executive governor takes. You know, in these steps, we discovered that this man is a peace lover. So for this reason, the curfew that is declared, I love it. I advise all citizens to allow peace to reign, either in your community, either in your local government, or wherever you find yourself. Let us allow peace.
Obviously, the hope for a permanent peace is what is on the minds of all well-meaning Ekiti residents. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado-Ekiti.
Reactions continue to trail the crisis in Ekiti State, which was presided by 2 separate attacks on court sitting in the state by political thugs allegedly loyal to a top politician. Legal practitioner Malaki Ugummadu says the act is a show of shame and a rape on the judiciary.
Section 308 of the Constitution does not give to a governor-elect the attributes or the defense or the shield of immunity. No. You can only enjoy immunity upon assumption of office when you have taken the oath of office and allegiance. And therefore, Nigeria will be democratizing, will be deepening the democratic process. And I call on my friend Lakumi to arrest those who you identify. Arrest them. It is immaterial whether the prosecution or the completion of the prosecution will not be effectual before assumption of office. But let's have records, because 4 years down the line, we must have thoroughly investigated cases to hang on and pursue this project in Nigeria, including, of course, that you don't ride roughshod. The judiciary was raped. Professor Woroshenkai says, I smell the sperm of tyranny before the rape of the nation. The judiciary was raped.
The independence of the judiciary in theory and practice has again been stated as the very key to achieving genuine rule of law in the country. This was the submission of discussant at a symposium organized by the Osun State Judiciary to mark its legal year. Rashid filed in this report.
With the disruption of election tribunal proceedings in neighboring Ekiti State by suspected political thugs and the crisis in the appointment of a new chief judge for Rivers State, the topic of discussion at the symposium could not have been more apt. With the theme, Independence of Judiciary, the Nigerian Experience, the symposium discussed the challenges plaguing the Nigerian judicial system. The guest lecturer, Olayiwola Oladele, a professor of law, bemoaned the dependence of the nation's judiciary on the executive arm of government for funding and implementation of court judgments. He called for financial autonomy and independent security agency for the judiciary, particularly in the wake of recent attacks on judges and lawyers in Ekiti State.
It boils down to the same thing that I said before. Enforcement is weak, protection of judges weak also, because they have to depend on the executive. So that's why you saw the aberration in Ekiti. The temple of justice should not be desecrated for any reason whatsoever. And when you see that happen, you wonder, where do we go from here? Here is a very important branch of government upon which all of us depend. And the judiciary is the hope of the common man.
The Osun State Chief Judge could not but agree with the guest lecturer in stressing the need for total independence of the judiciary.
The judiciary of Nigeria today, following several positive courts interpretation of those sections of the law and other provisions in material with it, the nation's judiciary has been catching hold. We have gone on one line of industrial action, courtesy of Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. As far as this state is concerned, there is no single case. There is no single case where there was an interference with the job of the judiciary or the courts. We don't interfere with them at all. The governor always tells us to keep our distance from the workings of the judges. So we don't interfere with them at all. They do their job free of any interference from the executive.
The symposium was part of the activities marking the 2014 legal year of the Osun State Judiciary. Rashid, CoreTV News.
The president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Ayo Orishijafo, on Monday said he knew nothing about the controversial $9.3 million smuggled into South Africa by two Nigerians and an Israeli using his private jet. Orishijafo broke his silence during the National Executive Council meeting of CAN at the National Christian Center, Abuja. The CAN leader regretted that there had been attempts in the media to link him with the incident by mischievous elements, adding that he had kept quiet all the while because he needed to explain his position to the church, which is his primary constituency. Orishijafo, in his address, declared that he was never a party to the movement of the $9.3 million from Nigeria to South Africa to purchase arms and ammunition. He admitted that the Bombardier Challenger 601 aircraft in question belongs to him, but was presented as a gift by members of his congregation and ministry partners worldwide at the 40th anniversary of his call into the ministry. We'll take a short break and we'll return. The news continues on CoreTV.
Glad to have you join us on another edition of The Political Arena, the most detailed and incisive political show.
If you are a sitting governor and the opposition is able to stomach structure against you, that means you are wicked to the people.
Until the end of our time, I'm the legitimate authority to govern this country.
They gave me 20 minutes to move or they will shoot me.
He has no chance for survival. If he likes himself, this is the best time to get out before he perishes.
The PDP as a ruling party has failed.
So anybody who thinks that government will fold his hands and allow miscreants to take over the streets of Osun State and cause havoc is deceiving himself.
The good, bad, ugly and beautiful sides of the Nigerian political system. Join me every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. on CoreTV News.
Welcome back to the news. Day market on the outskirts of the Federal Capital Territory on Monday witnessed a riotous scene which left many property destroyed. The crisis erupted when a commercial motorcyclist had knocked down a woman who was crossing the road. An eyewitness who came to the woman's rescue was stabbed in the back by the motorcyclist, who was later mobbed. Fire Samuel, however, reports that the area is currently under watertight security. His report.
It's a Monday morning and the beginning of a new week at Day Market on the outskirts of the Federal Capital Territory. Business owners were out for the day's sales. But at 8 a.m., the story was no longer what the traders expected, as a commercial motorcyclist stabbed a man in the back. But these eyewitnesses say the culprits did not go scot-free.
Old woman she sells food with her barrow. So as she was about to cross the main road, she's almost through with the main road. So the Okada man ran into her, knocked her down. Everybody fell down. So instead of the Okada man to stand up and leave with them, just tell them sorry, or how do you do? He now start the Okada, leaving the passenger, everybody ran away. So on the process of running, reaching that junction there, he was knocked down by another vehicle. So now go there, got him, bring back. Look at people you knocked down. What are you going to do now? The fellow Okada people now start coming. Unfortunately, we are surprised that guy was sampling his goods in the morning. Next thing we see, because the Okada was packed in his shop, so they were asking that they should release the Okada, so the Okada will go. They should give them the Okada, let them go. They're not even after the people they injured. All they were after is just give them that's the Okada, let them go.
So the very guy, the stab knife at the back. So I'm the one who took him to hospital. So I went to hospital, getting to hospital at Saburi here. So the doctor told me that they cannot continue the treatment. Getting to Tomato Junction, so we saw a huge crowd of people, stoning, hitting, playing all sorts of dangerous weapons. Then we can continue moving towards them.
Property and businesses were destroyed within the market. Some traders who were affected narrated their experiences to CoreTV News.
As I was about to pack my things, I saw some group of, I don't know whether they are Igbos or Hausa, I don't know their tribe. They were coming with matches and weapons, so they were running towards me. Then I had to leave my things and run away. So I ran back to the house to check how my family were doing. So coming back now, with the help of the market union and some soldiers that helped me come back. As I'm coming back now, I saw everywhere like this.
They destroyed my shop, both my garewa pack inside, both my egusi. They just destroy everything wait there for my shop. Both my tomato, I don't see anywhere. My rice, my oil, I don't see anywhere. All of them don't damage.
This man parked his car here with the hope that he will return for it. But he came back to meet a burnt car.
I came to shop in the morning, I parked the car. Then because of go slow here, I use bike to do my business. So coming back here, I saw people, I saw many crowd here. So I asked my brother what happened. He said outside people, they don't allow anybody to pass. So before you could know it, they started scattering everywhere. So we now ran inside our shop and lock ourselves. So before we could know it, they started breaking our windscreen. So after that, they set fire on it.
Security personnel were on ground to restore law and order. These vandals were not lucky, as the military deployed to the area caught them destroying and looting property. The leader of the police team also confirmed that the culprit has been arrested and is in custody.
I speak with you. We have men deployed on ground. We intend that the men will continue to monitor the situation there and feed us from time to time. And for now, area is calm. We have hangers on, very, very willing to take advantage of any given situation. I think that was what happened this morning. But like I told you, we've engaged the leaders from all sections of the market, and we've spoken to them. They've held meetings with us, and we'll continue to hold meetings and engage them such a way that in the near future, any incident like this will be arrested immediately.
The crisis crippled business activities in the market for several hours on the first working day of the week. But for now, normalcy has returned to the area with security personnel fully on ground. Pius Samuel, CoreTV News, Abuja.
1 week after schools resumed in the Nigerian capital, administrators are still conducting regular checks on students in the aftermath of the Ebola outbreak. They have also restricted playgrounds activities even though Nigeria is free of the disease for the second week running. A visit to many of the schools showed how serious teachers and students take the task of preventing a new outbreak.
This is one of the many schools in the Nigerian capital which threw their gates opened on September 22 for the new academic session. Walking into the premises, one is greeted by security personnel with a handheld infrared thermometer. The next step is to either use water to wash the hands or make use of the sanitizer. The school principal told CoreTV News that other measures are in place, especially as the pupil ratio increases.
During the clubs and society time, all the children were grouped together, according to their age group, and they were being trained on how to make use of the sanitizer, how to make use of the wash hand basin and soap, even at their various homes. Then how to reduce having bodily contact with another person, either infected or not.
One of the steps taken here is to restrict playground activities for the time being, but pupils can still interact with contact as little as possible. And among the students, a number of them appear to have a fair knowledge of the disease, but some others see it as a playful opportunity.
You don't need to be so scared about this Ebola because the Ebola is curing small, little by little. What else I know about Ebola is because the thing is a very heavy sickness that you can easily die about that. It can kill people easily. But all I know that the thing is God has protected us from this Ebola.
Ebola disease is derived from Boko Haram. It was derived from Boko Haram.
This girl is scared of what she's heard about Ebola, but appreciates efforts made by their school.
I thought that I could catch Ebola in the school.
Has that happened?
No.
Okay, when you come to school every morning, what do you do at the gate?
I sanitize my hand.
With many more schools expected to resume on October 6 across the country, it is increasingly clear that school administrators are heeding government's directive on measures to safeguard the health of pupils and staff.
Pro-democracy protesters have taken over most of Hong Kong, shutting down businesses and ignoring appeals to leave. The demonstrations, which has since spread from its initial point of the territory's main university to other areas including a shopping district and a residential area, has been described as illegal by Beijing, which has urged other countries not to support it. The Chinese Foreign Ministry, while commenting on the matter, says it opposes any move by any country to interfere with China's internal affairs, while the British government has called for the rights of the people to protest to be respected. The protesters, who are a mix of students and supporters of the Occupy Central pro-democracy movement are against Beijing's plan to vet candidates for Hong Kong's 2017 leadership elections. They want a free choice of candidates when they cast their ballot, something Beijing says is out of question. Assistant Police Commissioner of the territory, Chong Ta-Keon, while speaking on protest, says the police has used the bare minimum force with 41 people injured over the past 3 days, including police officers. The protesters still remain camped near police barricades and government buildings while also building their own barricade. And that's it on the news. Join me at the top of the hour for more. I am Sabina Izoku, and thank you very much indeed for watching.